Hello and welcome to our Google Auth Flow and API usage demonstration for Minitab statistical software. My name is Paul Johnson, technical lead for our online web application, and I'm going to be walking through scenarios involving Google Drive API integration in our app. This will be an expansion on our further videos to further illustrate how we use the Google Drive API and to verify that it is working and functional, and also our login flow into our own application. So we're starting out here in Google Drive with our associated account, and we have one Minitab project file to start with right here. And I'm going to start by logging into our application, app.minitab.com. And go through our authentication flow. And we support deferred authentication. And I'm signing in with my Minitab account. All right, and we've landed in the application here. And we support opening projects locally and from the cloud. So what I'm going to do here is select Google Drive, and this will start our OAuth flow for Google Drive. Before I go any further here, I'm going to point out the client ID. Right here. And accept. Okay, so right off the bat, we are using the GAPI client to initialize and authenticate on the client side. And here we use the file picker as well. So we have access to viewing the user's Google Drive. And here's the one worksheet, or the one project that we had seen previously. And I'm just going to open this here. And the second OAuth pop-up that we use is for offline tokens. And we use these tokens in our back end in order to use an autosave mechanism. And this is a key part in providing autosave and recovery. So every user is assigned one session via a Kubernetes pod that will live for the duration of the tab of their browser and up to 30 minutes afterwards in the case of a lost session. As long as the user is active here, the session will be alive in our backend indefinitely, and any changes made to the project will be pushed. So here is our project opened in the Minitab view right here. And we have data in our data pane here, worksheets, and I'm going to make an edit here that we will view later. So in C13, row 1, here is an edit. And to continue on, I'm actually going to make a new project from here, which will check the project backed in and create a new local project that's not connected to Google in any way currently. But I'm going to start off with this project by entering some data. And now I can save to a cloud location. And I'm going to call this my new project and save to the root of Google Drive. And here we are linked to Google Drive, and we can go back to our folder, refresh, and see that my new project is here. So then continuing on, I'm actually going to open another instance of our application and open our previous project. And the tokens we acquired before for offline mechanisms are stored in local storage, and we can reuse those. And we also initialize with the GAPI OAuth2 initialization using the third-party cookies from the Google accounts in the iframe. And here we see our changes that we made before are reflected in this project. And when the session is complete here, if I were to close the tab or create a new project, then the back end is destroyed, cleaned up, and loses all reference to any of the offline tokens it's using to save on the behalf of the user. So this is an illustration of being able to create files and being able to save files and having been able to view files from the file picker. We do not use the delete functionality. We never delete a user's projects or anything within their Google Drive, but we do allow for viewing, creating, and editing. So this concludes the presentation, and we welcome any questions and feedback during the verification process. Thank you.